Welcome back. You're watching Prime Property. I'm then Tara Rai. Today we're putting the spotlight on Noida. 30,000 home buyers and their families were stuck for over 2 years. Nearly 55,000 apartments, most of them in the final stages for a handover, had been affected by a retrospective order of the NGT. Frustrated home buyers had been waiting for the Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar to take a final call demarcating an eco-sensitive zone around the Okla Bird Sanctuary. Here's my interview with the Minister.
It took so long because the proposal first submitted by Uttar Pradesh government was not justifiable. See, it's not about how much meters or how many kilometers you keep. It's an extra ring which is called as extra eco-sensitive zone. The decision of the courts, when it got frustrated that the government of the day and the state governments were not acting, therefore they said that 10 kilometers radius will be the till you decide the final justifiable boundaries as eco-sensitive zones. So we worked out scientifically. So then our teams visited again, joint inspection happened, many things happened, and then the proposal was all right, weighted by our experts. So that was a long process. Then it was to be put on public consultation. So if you have received any objections, you scrutinize that and decide on that. So things were completed. Then in this particular, every case of eco-sensitive case doesn't go to National Board of Wildlife. But in this case, particular case, NGT has ordered that this case should be consulted with NBWL. So we thought that we respect judiciary, and therefore we thought that we must implement it completely. And therefore National Board of Wildlife meeting happened yesterday. It also requires 20 days notice. And therefore all experts were there, everybody appreciated, and I am very happy that the decision is ultimately taken.
Sir, but does this case actually not expose slow decision making? I'll tell you, sir, why I'm saying it. 2013 NGT comes out with the retrospective ban. 24th of September 2014, your ministry comes out with draft notification. 24th November 2014, public comments have been received. In January, all objections have been taken care of. On 18th of August, the National Wildlife Board meets. Does this case not expose?
No, because I tell you, it's not, because it's very simple that there is 545 days in which ultimately ministry takes decision. Every final notification doesn't take these many days. We have reduced it. Earlier there are many notifications which were pending for 500 days. So I don't believe in that system. So I thought that we should hasten up. But when this sudden fact came to notice in our review that there is a direct order of NGT, which is only in this case, it was not in other cases. So it took time because NBWL meeting then was planned, last meeting happened 2 months ago. That time it was not known. But when it became known, we must take care. And we did it so that now there will be no hassle. Otherwise, if we would have declared in, as you said, January or February, it would have gone to NGT, NGT would have then quashed our order or stayed our order, and people would have suffered. What we have done is due diligence, and now nobody will suffer.
I know that it's not the BJP government which is in Uttar Pradesh, but 1.6 lakh families actually suffered because of this retrospective order of the NGT. No, so I want to ask you something else. Will the centre maybe appeal to the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh to try and give relief to these families, be in the form of stamp duty, circle rates, anything when they go to register these flats?
It's a suggestion for action, but it's the state government's domain, yes, where they have to take a call. And I think that if all people demand something, there is a pressure, and that pressure will work, but it's a suggestion for action.
Let's see. We are going to see the state going to election in 2016. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the NGT. Are you happy with the functioning of the NGT? It's something the Prime Minister has spoken about. You have spoken about it in the past. There were certain reports that you may want to try and amend the NGT law. What is the status?
All the laws, not only NGT, but all laws need amendments time to time. We are taking a holistic view of all laws governing environmental regime, and in that we have engaged very good, passionate and professional lawmakers, lawyers and also environmentalists. And with that bonding of two teams, they have studied laws of 10 countries which are relevant to us. We have also found out the gap, where is the gap in enforcement and in everywhere. And also, what is the necessity of, what are the issues on which you need some changes. So now all the three reports are with us. We will examine them and we'll take a political call what kind of amendments we need in each laws. So that time this topic will come. But as far as concerned, see, it's a learning curve for society as a whole. NGT, some people may say that, oh, it's blocking or something doing. But there is also another thing, that if people go reckless, people go without any proper measures, security measures or something, and violate the basic principles of environmental governance and are violating law, what is the way out? So many times NGT orders are good also. So there are many...
You don't think there is judicial overreach, or that the NGTs perhaps are not being realistic?
No, it's about... I'll not give comment on each of them, because there are many cases in High Courts also. And there are... Supreme Court has practically given that NGT will be the arbiter of that final thing. And then, if needed only, it will come to Green Bench. So, they have formed their opinion. We'll definitely... think of the past experience, because NGT will also give some suggestions for what can be done best. We have to ensure transparent processes. We have to ensure firm and clear rules and firm laws. At the same time, we must take policy-based decisions. And if we do that, I think there will be an enforcement which was not there. We have to bring in, because that is many project proponents come to me and say that, oh, you can put any conditions but give us early permission. I say that how can you accept any condition? Because they know that nobody is there to look for implementation. We are now going to look for, we are creating through law many more things.
So, sir, do you think, or is work on to make NGT more administrative rather than quasi-judicial?
No, we have not gone to that level right now. But we are reviewing and making rules that people will have to go less to the NGT and courts. There will be an automatic process, transparent and automatic enforcement mechanism.
The Supreme Court in 2011 had ordered that we must have a national environment regulator. The UPA government didn't really act upon it. Are you committed to this?
We have acted on it. But we have given affidavit also. We had a group of ministers also, Anand Kumar, Nitin Gadkari ji, myself and Piyush Goyal. So we are all meeting. We met thrice. We did great deliberation on regulator. We need some kind of regulation. How? There are two ways. In the suggestions of TSR Subramaniam, there was a suggestion of NEMA authority and SEMA, National Authority and State Authority, which can do the role of regulator. Or you have the regulator. So there is a choice. So what will actually happen depends upon standing committee is deliberating on it. Others are deliberating on it. We have already court. We have sought time from court which they have given. And we will come out with a mechanism by which enforcement will be done, because after all regulator is created for enforcement.
So there will be no overhaul, there will be no overarching one environment regulator as the Supreme Court has suggested.
No, I have not said anything like that. I have said that the Supreme Court's proposal we have deliberated in details, and we are now bringing out such law reforms, a legal architecture completely changed in all environmental laws, so that there will be a proper division of labor, what will be the enforcement authorities or the oblique regulator will do, how appraisal and things will happen, how executive will function, executive do executive job, judiciary will do its job, and enforcers, regulator or authorities will do their job. So we are dividing it.
So, you know, one of the first few decisions that you took and the centre took after coming to power was, like you said, to remove the duplicity for industries between the going up to the size of 150 square meters. That it will be up to the states to give approval. How come that didn't happen for real estate? Because real estate industry is still demanding that give us this leeway as well, give us this freedom.
For industry and education, we have started on right track, where EC was not required. But this kind of standardization, now only I made many delegations. We are at an advanced stage of preparing some standards. So let the consideration be over, and then we want to come out with a sound policy decision on this, where the environmental considerations should be practiced and enforced sincerely. Therefore, we are making a way where processes will be simple, but where permissions multiplicity will go, but at the same time enforcement will be rigorous.
So you are saying there could be standardized norms for the real estate industry for getting...
We have already standardized sector by sector, we are doing it, and for 39 sectors we have made standardized for TORs, and other also guidelines we are upgrading, making it little stringent, but environmental friendly conditions. At the same time, for the new ones it will be immediate, for old ones it will be a transition phase allowed as per the reality.
So if you talk to home buyers, one of the biggest problems that they face is builders say हमको approval नहीं मिलता, forest department से, environment department.
Made it more easy, and you will have good news coming up.
Well, that's the Environment Minister promising to cut a lot of red tape. I guess only time will tell if that is indeed going to happen. We have to say goodbye. We're completely out of time. But do remember, you can always email us your feedback, send us your queries. Our email address is primeproperty@network18online.com. You can also tweet me. See you same time next week.